Welcome back to the channel, Space Cadets. It's Leah the Cosmic Armada with Nara back to bring you another ordeal-based video. Today we're going to be talking about the character designs that Brent put up. As you can see, over the course of the time skip, the first person we're going to be talking about is Yukiko. This is why she's up. This is why she's here. You feel me? So, hey, man, let's get started with the video, man.
I done grew up as a bastard, stepped out the wound into a disaster. Designing drugs and guns on my city after, pray for the lackers. Cause it only get worse and they try to blame it on the rappers, label was factors. My rappy told me sign an affidavit, like my life and my family ain't matter. Do you know how I feel to get served to the court on the platter? That shit happened. Lose your life fell soon like the months in the wound that your mama went through never happened. Seeing another lady, your baby was killed every summer, that shit like a pattern.
So now, with Yukiko, the first thing that I thought about when I seen her design was just basically that she has this old English, this knight type of feel about her. So I do feel that over the course of the time skip that may take place between season 2 and season 3, that she will be trained by maybe Andrea, because you know she has Alistair, and it's kind of the having the one arm over kind of reminiscent of Andrea when she kind of goes into, like, I'm gonna just call it like partial equipment mode when she first activates the weapon itself. So I feel that Andrea would train Yukiko in order for her to be able to not only not rely completely on Hisame as the talent, but for her to cultivate her own skill with martial arts as well. And so we see that when Shay started training with Andrea, he was using more Masa in his training a little bit as well. Or at least he was able to flow his talent through more Masa as well. So I definitely enjoy this, but the picture I do want to talk about the most is actually not the one I even have up on screen for you guys right now. I'm going to put it up for you guys right now. This one right here. This picture right here. It just shows that she has Hisame as her talent, and we know with the Hisame talent we have this avatar. I do talk about it in the video that I'm still working on, so you know what I'm saying. I'm giving you guys these ordeal videos while I work on the big ordeal video. Now we see the avatar for Yukiko is different than the avatar that Sabito had, and so I wonder if the avatar is reminiscent of the person that transferred the talent, if they're close with that person. And I just love to have this little symbology here, just showing that the father is always protecting over his daughter even though he's not here. Kind of reminiscent of Minato Namikaze, because people always say, at least in my Discord, you know what I'm saying, join the Discord, we be in VC, we be vibing, man. We got the ordeal section, they do hit different. But now we see that Yukiko had the relationship with Sabito that Naruto had with Minato, in which they was always there watching over them. And so seeing Yukiko transform into the talent itself, you feel me, or the avatar itself during the cover of the explosion, I would love to see her train more, and then now she's able to actually pick her avatar that she would like to represent Hisame, the one that she'll feel the closest with. Because like Hisame said, for Sabito, he's able to, he would literally end the talent there and be okay with dying with Sabito, which Sabito said, no, I'm going to transfer the talent over. So I would love to see Yukiko be able to speak with her father through the talent, and her father be able to give her advice and try to cool Shay down, you feel me, because Shay's so hot-headed right now. Let me know what you guys think of that. Now, the next picture we're gonna and also the style that she's using right now is also reminiscent to one of the stances that Andrea uses as well. So this goes to show that I do believe that she will be eventually trained by Andrea. Now the next picture itself, hold on, because you know what I'm saying, Brent been cooking, bro. He said, you not working? I say less, bro, I'm working. We're gonna talk about Azam, bro. We see Azam utilize this object possessed weapon more and more now after getting it from baby folks himself, from Lord Abijah himself, you feel me? And so, first thing I want to talk about is the wear that Azam has. It seems that I want to say that is 90s fitness wear that he's kind of basing it off of, like with the tights and then the crop top shirt. I think that's 90s wear, if I'm not mistaken. So I love how he had the 90s wear, the vibrant colors, yellow and orange, yellow and green. We always see him, you know what I'm saying? He be rocking the yellow, you know what I'm saying? Azam always had the yellow on. But one thing I do enjoy is the boots. The first thing that it reminded me of was Iron Man for some reason. I don't know why, because you know in the Marvel movies, Iron Man can call in different pieces of his suit, and I feel that with this part right here, Azam is slowly becoming a stronger Kimio. We know that the reason why he's a lot weaker than Tevin and Shay is because he thinks a lot more linear, which allows his moves to be predictable. Because Azam could have pretty much solo cast, in my opinion. If you guys would like to have a video about that, just say freehand wolf, hashtag freehand wolf down below, and then I'll know to make the video about how Azam actually could have solo cast by himself. So now we know with Azam, he doesn't typically think in multiple ways. He thinks in this linear path, which makes him really predictable. And I love how this weapon is kind of like hanging off his arm and how he can float. He's really, one thing I've realized about Ordeal, or I've recognized after multiple rereads of Ordeal, is that Azam, out of all the brothers, he's able to float his talent through weapons the best. We see that Tevin just realized he's able to flow his talent through a weapon. Azam actually been doing that since season 1 with the nunchucks. If you notice, when he goes super speed, the nunchucks start to actually glow green at the tip of it. So with him being able to flow his chi directly into this talent possessed weapon, I wonder how that would actually affect the talent possessed weapon in regards to the personality, because I theorize that because you flow so much chi and maybe your emotional state is what caused the talent possessed weapon to take effect. So with this, knowing this weapon is a talent possessed weapon because it does have the chi showing of the previous user of kirin, I wonder if this weapon, similar to how Zoro in One Piece, will be the reason why Azam gets the power of her just basically telling Azam that he's looking at the power differently, as in, well, he's looking at the power all wrong, as in he's not utilizing it to his full capabilities, because we know he's currently using partial kirin, where his hair glows green and with energy, and his eyes gets the symbol in it. And so with the symbol, I feel like he has also like a shift portion to his talent as well, but he's just not strong enough to be able to utilize that part of his talent. And so we see when his hair glows green, he gets the symbol in his eye, he's unlocking, or he's using the utmost portion of his talent that he knows how to use. That's why when he trained with Leo told him that if he thinks predictably, he might as well just lose his talent, because he's really readable. People like him should be the most unpredictable of all the talents because they're so fast. And so now we see with the talent possessed weapon, I wonder if it's gonna work similar to Bleach, and how the Zanpakutos have their own will and they have to understand, let's say, the talent possessed weapon. We see Andrea always talks about her weapon, always talks to Muramasa and of itself, telling it to calm down, almost as if Goro instilled not only a piece of himself into that weapon, but that weapon over time gained its own personality as well. So now let me read the comments real quick. They called me crazy when I said he was strong as fuck. I think Azam's power can be frequency based. Yeah, it could definitely be frequency based in regards to the way it's utilized, especially when you take it to the fact that he can actually run on water, probably by running or pretty much running fast enough, or burning that much chi to run fast enough to be able to run on water. So he was also light enough to lightly touch and zip on the air or ash clouds without losing any speed. If anything, he got even faster. So yeah, he's definitely strong. It's just his mindset that's really holding him back. So I definitely enjoy that image. So now, let me know if you guys would like to have like if Azam would have like a Shikai Bankai thing with his object possessed weapon, where he learns more about his talent through the weapon, you feel me? And then he gets the upper echelon of his talent, and maybe his full potential gets unlocked, and then maybe even the weapon itself transformed because the amount of chi being flowed into it. That'll be fire as well. So now let's get to the next one. We got no, you gotta get the water. We got my boy Wukong himself, my boy Muda himself, Muda favorite character himself, Anton. Now Anton, fire, absolutely fire. One thing we know about Anton, he always said that if he could just go somewhere and not be bothered, he would do that. Anton doesn't like really be a bother. He's a go with the flow type of guy. He likes to go with the wind. He doesn't really talk too much. And so we get that same instance with this. We know in anime, typically when someone is meditating, they always are. We know they're in a deep meditative trance when the animal or bird land on them and they don't flinch or react. We see that Anton, it seems that he's getting more in tune with his animalistic side in this design. We also see that Anton is sporting the tail almost as if he's constantly in shift mode, while we see as well that a miniature Kong is formed, kind of reminiscent of him having a greater control of his talent, and also Kong being healed completely in season 3. He takes after Sun Wukong himself in regards to his character design. It's kind of like a Chinese or a Buddhist monk, you feel me? So yes, you funny as hell. So I definitely love to see the nuances in Anton's, not only his personality being displayed to the outfit through him having his feet out and shit. Cause this nigga always, for some reason, he always kicks his shoes off and shit when he about to fight. So, hey man, he always on go mode now. So I just love to see it. Even like the Chinese shoulder that's used for soldier armor is also in there as well, just going to show that he's like a warrior. The headband, all of his accessories being gold, you feel me? Like the gold on the belt or the little loop at the bottom, in the part that makes the loop, the gold for the belt buckle itself, the gold on the outlaying the shoulder, you feel me? And then the red that also kind of meshes well, but also don't clash with the red for Kong as well, while Kong matches the red of the tail. It's just all fire, you feel me? Love Anton's design. If I could say one thing I would like to see about from Anton in season 3, I want him to be able to put Kong on his unbreakable wilds, because we know Anton has 2 different talents in of itself. He has the Kong, which is a shift talent, and he also has the unbreakable rod, which is, I think it's a creation talent. And so if he's able to put Kong on his unbreakable wild, that would allow Kong to be invulnerable. That way he's unable to take damage. If Kong and Anton is linked physically, then if Anton and Kong is linked physically, that means Anton would mitigate the amount of damage he's able to take, so he's able to tank and be able to dish out that much more power. So now I gotta see the slugs again. That nigga said, oh, yeah. I need to see it. Wait, Carter came in cooking. Vice Commander of the Cosmic Armada, Carter, came in cooking. That nigga said, hey, bro, he needs to hit the glee again, bro. That was one of Anton's hardest moves. Besides him walking in with a briefcase, he can't come in here, sir. So bitch ass at my face. Where my brother's at? Oh. Bro, it's only Ordeal that gets me this. Ordeal and Boruto is the only series that gets me this excited, bro. Just off one thing. I need it. You cooking body F. So now, I need to see the Beast Kong 95%. And he puts it on breakable staff, and Kong come up with the opposite hand. Oh yeah, that'd be raw, bro. That'd be a fire ass scene, bro. That'd be so goated, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Then we also had the aspect that Kong could make clones of clones. So I would also love to see Kong put another clone on an unbreakable staff as well, bro. And so this time when they make the giant staff, it's because it seems when he makes the giant staff for Kong, Anton shifts his talent itself. Like it's the unbreakable rod Tevin, because we see the pure chi form between him and Kong during season 1 when he fought Janelle. We see it's unbreakable rod, and then it shifts to Kong's true stab. So I would love to see all of that happen, in which all the clones just start throwing these giant unbreakable stabs, or he gets at 85%. I think we've seen up to 85%. So at 90%, I would love for him to get Myobu, or if he actually be able to fight with 85%, because we know Kong was poisoned, so he wasn't actually able to fight or utilize his talent itself, since his chi itself was poisoned. I would love to see Kong pull out Myobu, which is the cloud, and he's able to shoot down lightning and have all these other elemental properties without him actually being an elemental talent, thus connecting it completely back with the Kong mythology. That'd be fire. That'd be fire. So now, the next character we're gonna talk about. Let me know what you guys, each character, because I want you guys to talk about this in the comments down below. Each character, let me know what you would like to see from, or what you think about the character designs for season 3. So now, we got that boy. Y'all know him. Y'all love him. You feel me? He put the C in Chimera. You feel me? He put the F in Forge. And he put the H in High. Our boy Tevin. You feel me? That's the next person we're gonna talk about. Now with Tevin, we see that his design is shifting toward the design that he had during the future portions of Ordeal. You feel me? Where he interacts with Shay. So now, with these designs being displayed, and we're seeing that it's slowly shifting towards it, because now he doesn't have the God Tier insignia or anything of that nature on that design, but it just goes to show that he's slowly becoming the man that we don't know him as, but the man that we see him as in the future. And I wonder, with season 3, are we going to see more and more of Leo's teachings being displayed through Tevin, and that's how Leo is being kept alive, not only philosophically but ideologically through the story, through Tevin in itself. Second thing, Tevin's composure. I love how he's more confident in his stance. Tevin was more of the relaxed of the brothers in regards to not necessarily him adjusting to anything, but to him trying to understand the way understanding the way the rest of them think. So he's the most understanding of brothers, while Louise is the wisest. You feel me? Since he's the oldest. Now, Tevin, another thing with his design, we see that Tevin, he's now doing partial hides, similar to Yorn, seeing that the advice that Yorn gave him about putting his talent on other things is going to take place more in season 3, and that's going to propel Tevin to a height that we never seen it before. Like, we see him do a partial transformation, but we know that he was exhausted after using Black Forge, or the Forge hide portion of his talent. You feel, where he combines various different hides that we have yet to see, because we don't know exactly how many hides have been combined into this one talent. So we see now that he's doing more partial talents. We see when Yorn was fighting Valneref Vegeta, when he fights Valneref. When Yorn fights Valneref, we see Yorn was only blocking where the strikes would land with his partial transformation of the Immortal Hide. That way he doesn't really expand that much chi. So Tevin's chi control is going to be absolutely monstrous during this portion of Ordeal. And so we see with Ryu Gazgan that he said that he has the chi of a Titan General, and we know that the Titan Generals are on par with the Royal Blood Tier and some of the God Tier. But we know that the Agakis are the ones with the true God Tier matches. So we're going to say the Titan Generals are supposed to be the ones depending on their power, are of the warrior blood tier or around the top 30, top 40 range of the top 50 Kimio list. You feel me? So his chi control, even though he has this massive amount of chi, is gonna be a lot greater. You feel me? His dreads is getting longer, so which means we're getting closer and closer to that time skip range. And we see that everyone has their feet out. Are we gonna get more of like a post-apocalyptic term, like things are starting to really go down in this season of Ordeal? So Tevin, fire, love his design. Still using Rhino hide. I wonder if he's gonna get additional hide since he has this Chimera hide. I wonder if he's gonna combine Rhino with Lion hide. That'll be fire. I wonder what Rhino Overdrive would look like, because it seems like the hide that adapts the quickest is the Rhino hide. Let me know what you guys think of Tevin down below. We'll be going to the next one now. All right. So after Tevin, the man with his back out, bro. He always got the back out, man. Y'all see him, man. Y'all know him, man. Louise. Mr. Ashes of the Father himself. You feel me? Louise. Or Lewis. He don't got the back out this time, bro. Because I'm not going to lie. His season 2 design, it wasn't hidden for me. The halfway night with the onesie on, I was cooking his ass every chapter. Now, this man got the, you know what I'm saying? He got the sauce, bro. Hair in the man bun at the top with the dreads draping in the back. His dreads look like mine, bro. The design is raw. It's almost as if he's taking root of the traditional Japanese attire and kind of mixing it with a little bit of modern and nightist attire, bro. It's fire. We know that Azam is the one who creates the tech for the brothers themselves. If y'all notice, you know what I'm saying? Small nuances in Ordeal. Y'all gotta pay attention. Mr. Big Back on bro. Mr. Ash Back on bro. It do hit different, bro. When you Mr. Chichi no hiding himself, bro. No cap, fool. So now, with Luis, I think we've already seen the maximum of his ability. However, the one thing that Luis can improve upon is his mindset himself. When he fights Cass Santiago and Cass ups the nuke, he was able to only compress the nuke because of the ash being of a heavy element than the nuke. So that's the only reason why he was able to compress it. But when you look at the scene itself, the nuke still goes off in the sky with him and Azam only being a few feet away. His ash then gets a lot weaker from that point because of the amount of chi used to compress that nuke. However, Azam and him was a few feet away from a giant energy blast and they came back unscathed whatsoever. Even the ash construct was still completely solid. So it just goes to show how strong Lewis is in of itself. However, when you look at when he talks to Minamoto, how Minamoto says with talent like theirs, because Minamoto has the smoke talent, that weight truly doesn't matter. So I wonder if he's gonna produce ash armies. I wonder if he have like a pseudo state form where it's not necessarily a state form, but he makes these ash warriors. But the ash warriors are the previous users of Chichi no Hai, where they actually use the ash that Lewis embeds into them as the ash for their abilities. And so that way it wouldn't be necessarily a war state form from Shay, but it goes to show the ability and the versatility again, and the control again, and the power and destructive capabilities that Luis would have with the talent after getting complimented and potentially trained by Minamoto himself in this army. So speaking of the Ash Army, yes, speaking of the Ash Army, bro. Speaking of the Ash Army, but the Ash Army can control the individual Ash put into themselves. So let's say if they want to like have they want to make a construct of a dragon, probably like 10 or 15 clones come into one dragon, and then one clone rides that dragon, and then it becomes like the general dragon, kind of similar to how Sun Jin Woo operates his army in solo leveling. That'll be fire. Being the head of a clan actually matters. Yes. Being the head of a clan will actually matter. We also see when he absorbs his uncle, which was the head of the previous clan, which means that Louise only got the talent because he was older, and he has to pass the talent down to his little cousin. And so we see that all of the previous heads of the clan themselves was connected in of itself through that talent, through their ash, and almost as if their chi residue is put into that talent in of itself. So for this ash army who's able to manipulate their ash individually and maybe potentially look like the previous clan heads, we not only get to see what the previous clan heads look like completely and how they manipulated the ash, but it'll also limit them as well, and limit Luis's. All this is connected to his chi, and so it goes to show that Luis has this chi control. He has this abundance amount of chi, which will be completely raw. You feel me? And he still don't got the backup, bro. When we thought he was slow, when in reality he was about that. It be like that. It be like that, bro. Hopefully Hopefully the weight of the ash has a bigger role in the future utilization of his ability. I would like the weight of the ash to at one point not matter, like because his even though his ash is super heavy, he's unable to do anything, which means he would have to change his very mindset, the very way he uses his abilities. That'll be raw. Hold on. So now the next person, or the next thing we're gonna talk about is the family photo. You see Yukiko in the front. So now, are we gonna get because during the review for season 2, we said people speculated that Tevin would be the main protagonist for season 4. So what if we switch off Shay from being the main protagonist here, and Yukiko is actually the main protagonist, and we get bits and pieces of Shay as well? And one thing I would like to say about this picture in of itself is that we don't have Andrea or Shay a part of the photo, almost reminiscent as if Andrea is going off to find Shay because of the love that they had, because of the connection that they had. Shay is not only, he's still seeing them as family, however, he's doing all of this because they're family. And so I think Andrea understands that. However, they're not able to have all of the brothers go out to see Andrea or to find Shay at this particular time. They're all focused on making Yukiko better, and it seems at this current point in time, at least based off this photo, that Yukiko already has her training from Andrea being done, in which she may be able to train from these guys, because if we're able to put talents on different things, whether she's able to put her talent on, not necessarily make a huge ice claymore or a different type, like she's able to mold different ice weapons that she's able to utilize, because we know that Hisame is nearly unbreakable. It takes a lot of chi and a lot of energy to be able to break this unmeltable ice. And so she's able to utilize these different weapons. It's going to show that she took note from Andrea, but she also has her own unique weapons as well. Tevin looking over and Louise looking over. I like how thematically they're both looking at the same side, kind of reminiscent that they're both the oldest in the group. They're not necessarily the oldest, but the wisest of the groups. Tevin takes a lot after what Master Leo says, while Louis' wisdom comes from him being the head of a clan and him having to make those decisions that not everyone could make. And so I love how they're still looking towards the right hand side. Wow. Azam and Anton is looking towards the left, kind of reminiscent of maybe they're starting to head towards the path of where Shay is going. We know after the events of the season 2 finale that Azam, the woman that he first come to love, has died due to the negligence of the people at hand, due to the betrayal of the person who was the head, and the lies as well. Now, with that. Maybe it's crazy because Azam is completely shifted to the left, while Anton is partially shifted to the left, more so focused on the bird rather than the task at the hand. Also showing that he's still going with the flow. He wants everyone to be together. So although the older two are looking towards the right, Anton himself wants Shada and Andrea and them to come back, and so that way they could be a complete family again. You feel me? If you see Azam himself was the happiest at the group, and now he has this like scowl on his face as if that this moment really changed the course of not only his life forever, but the rest of the Wolf Cubs and themselves forever. And so that's really all I got for this one. I think it's one more. But we're gonna leave it at that. Anyway, thanks for coming out, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the character designs. What you think? How can the character designs foretell the story of Ordeal from the future? But anyway, it's been your boy Wolf Nara. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. We got more Ordeal content again. I'm out.